don't vote for them. A lot of them are part of the problem of Nigerian society.
Okay.
Out of 18 presidential candidates, find one that appeals to that you know that is making sense, or else you don't have a future.
Okay, based on some of the reports we had before this time,
everything rise and fall under leadership.
That's right. We had reports on policemen who were in charge of elections, how they lost their life.
Yes.
And the government has refused to, bring the stories up. We get to hear a lot of INEC office staff who were victims, with the NYSC members who were also victims, and we had a lot of stories. Now the narrative. Okay, now the narrative.
I've lost my own men, observers, all right, that were deployed to observe elections.
Now, based on this narrative, now how it's been trending to this very point, every voter out there will have this consciousness that this is what Nigeria has been. This has been the system. This has been the trend.
Yes.
So if I want to stake my life on it, this is what it is like. I have my children. Who is going to take care of the children? The educational system is not working. And the rest,
you are in a state of war.
They need to be educated.
Then make no mistake about it. Nigeria being in a state of war. As a teenager, below 10 years, during the Nigerian Civil War, I saw war. I spent my early years in the refugee camp. And it's okay. Look at what is happening in Ukraine. I don't this degree of pessimism. I don't like it.
All right.
Do you understand me? In Ukraine today, I think from age of 13 or 14 to 60, none is allowed to leave the country. You have to defend your fatherland, and that's exactly where we are. That's exactly where we are. The issue of, sorry to digress a little, this pessimism about whether the PVC, the device will work and all that, not because of no. Look, it is technology, it is science. Science is based on trial and elimination of error.
Errors, right.
Science is not based on trial and error.
And
it is based on science and elimination of error. If your BVN is there and they've not finished your money overnight, if your ATM is working, why wouldn't this work? How many calls is being made in Nigeria, across Nigerian networks, in a minute, and they're all scaling through? After highest, we expect, 60 million people to vote in this election.
There's this thing about the
let's be optimistic. Let's renew hope.
The
Let's
Nigerian factor.
You see this Nigerian factor?
Yes.
It's our own feelings. Thank you, my sister, for always, digging them out.
Yes.
Society, life is dynamic. Change is an everlasting thing. Right. I mean, where we are, say he who is already on the ground fears no fall. We're already on the ground. So the laws of nature, it all boils down that look at where we are now. The only change meaningful is to, stand up to the challenge, or else we perish. And that's just it. The Nigerian people must renew hope in themselves, and take control of the system. We have a government in power. It's called government of the people, for the people, by the people. Right. It's about the people. It's about the people and the people themselves. Nigerians must wake up from sleeping slumber, including our youth. Instead of entertaining yourselves in the social media in the name of some of these things and the campaign trend, entertainment. No, it's beyond that. It's beyond that. Because you don't have, can you imagine the number of people that have been killed over the past years? Young, creative people.
Yeah.
While now, how nasty Nigeria is, I just was reading the news. A bandit that gave a community charge over 20 million. They've now succeeded in continuing. Come on. This is life in the state of nature, according to Thomas Hobbes. Nasty, brutal, selfish, survival of the fittest.
All right, let's look at it this way. This has been the, this administration is identified with some of the failures we actually experiencing, because there seems to be out of control for the administration.
Yes.
And we also saw a lot of APC presidential supporters, candidates, saying that they want to continue from where President Buhari actually stopped. what do you think should be the message that Nigerians will have, or the mindset of Nigerians? Because if you tell me that, okay, we're going to continue from where President Buhari stopped, is it his policies? How nice were the policies? Is it security? How successful was the security aspect of it? And economy-wise, how successful was the economy of Nigeria during the administration? So I don't know where...
Well, these questions is best posed to politicians themselves.
All right, we're just interacting here.
Yeah, we're interacting. I am part of the electoral empire.
Right.
I don't take partisan position.
Right.
I don't identify with political party or a candidate. Because on the day of election, my position as an election observer, I observe INEC staff, how professional they are in their conduct, to what extent they are listening.
All right.
I observe the party agents.
Right.
I observe the security agents. I observe the voters and entire voting process.
Right.
As an election observer, I have unrestricted access on the day of election. In fact, it is the election observer that have the unrestricted access. Security agents, if you are posted to this polling unit, that's your beat, unless those on patrol. If you're a party agent, you are the polling unit. If you are next staff, you are sent to a particular state. It's the observer, the election observer, and the office that you operate, that have the prerogative on the day of election of moving from one polling booth to another, from one state to another if you can, from one local government, from one location to another, observe and see how the voting process is going on, document, write a report, and submit.
Okay.
And then bring changes. That is what we see today, the evolution going on in the electoral process.
Right.
Add the handwork, input of election observers and monitors. These politicians you are seeing on the day of election, outside us is the media. Are you people who operate in the same office, but their own is also different because we are, election observers. Their own is to report. Then, on the day of election, all this big drama, all these people you see on television and everywhere are all confined. They are confined to their polling units.
True.
By law, they are not expected to move beyond that the environment. The environment.
Right.
Yes.
It's only the observer that moves around from one place to another, one location to another. And so, what we see on the day of election, what happens, what transfers the day of election, is completely different from all these things that we are talking about. That is why sometimes we choose to be silent. But so far, thank God to the stage where we are now.
Right.
And the workability of it, we are talking about the government. The people, if a government fails, it is the people that fail.
Right.
You are supposed to hold leadership accountable, beginning from us as CSOs and NGOs, and we interrogate them. You, the media, also have a greater role. The people, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts, absolutely. You cannot send somebody on errand and you don't check. They are our servants. The political leadership are busy looking for your votes. Abi?
Okay, so having been, you are an election observer.
Yes.
You have seen quite a lot.
Oh, yes, I have.
And we haven't talked about a number of factors that, of course, as a result of voters' apathy. What would you say? How would you boost the interest of a voter, the Nigerian electorate? How would
voter today?
Yes, ahead of the 2023 elections.
Thank you. Because it's about the voters themselves.
Right.
They are the ones that have the power.
Yes.
The every Nigerian voter and every Nigerian of adult age, 18, that can vote and be voted for. This election should be, for us when we're growing up, going to school in the morning. For a student, what job do you have? Going to school in the morning, or going to church, or to the average Muslim, praying 5 times. These are cardinal distances. Right. Nigerians, from all and Sunday, from all walks of life, from different across the country, must, beginning from this moment, tell themselves the bitter truth. Come home. My future the future of my children, our collective future and well-being is dependent on this election. It is a resolve that Nigerians must make and must not compromise it. If they are giving you money, my dear, how long will that money last? If we don't do it, politicians, even Nigerian politicians, may not be totally bad, but because the people allow them, that people just went and go sleeping. Can you imagine when children in this room play without control? They will destroy everything now.
Right.
Can you imagine children leaving sugar with them? You just leaving ant and sugar. You don't check. Nigerian people just, since the past 4 years, went the other way around. Government keep doing its own thing. People are not asking questions. For those of us with our lonely voice, at a point they will see you as an enemy. In my own case, because you attack politicians, because you tell them the truth, they don't even want to see my face. All well and fine. I'm happy where I am. I thank God. But the issue is this: that look, it's even the politicians themselves are even deceiving themselves by thinking that should this society be destroyed, that they will go somewhere else and begin to live. It's not possible. It's not possible. They can have their different passports, but Nigerian people, the time has come to wake up. If you don't want what is happening in Yemen, if you don't want what is happening in Syria, if you don't want what is happening in Somalia, if you don't want what is happening in Libya, look at our own people who were migrating to Europe in Libya. They were selling them now. They were harvesting them now, harvesting their organs.
Now, before we go on a short break, I'd really like us to look at the fact that being an election observer, we want to really find out. Nigeria is a large country.
It is.
It is a large country. And we had this issue of Nigerians having few policemen around during the election because of the number of polling units we have in Nigeria. And then we also see how much can the observers we have at the moment, how much can they go? How far can they go? How much can they do? Considering the fact that, okay, we have a large polling unit.
Are you talking about the security agents?
The security agents. Are you guys going around with the security? If you're going around with the security, how much can you cover on that day of the election?
There's something. First, and I don't know how best to pass the message.
All right.
I'm not campaigning for INEC. I'm a Nigerian, by the grace of God, a patriot, and I paid the price for the good and goodness of Nigeria. With the introduction of device, it promotes peaceful election.
Okay.
We don't even have room. In fact, we don't even have room for security agents. In as much as they just have to be here psychologically. The issue of ballot box snatching is a thing of the past. You would only be undermining yourself.
So.
Yeah, of course. If you snatch the ballot,
the result already is out.
You have nothing to gain. You have no need to fight. Whom are you going to fight for? You just come and get your name, get yourself identified with the PVC, and the device system, inputs you, reads you, either your fingerprint or your image, and you vote. It makes election seamless. From our experience, it makes election seamless. You don't have problem you have no room for, how do I say it? There's no need for quiet. There's no room to fight. Right. There's no need to quarrel. There's no need for making trouble. Okay. You also see, as the result is trickling in, as the voting is going on seamlessly, you just find out that you are losing the election. You are losing the election. Whom are you going to fight for? Fight against? You have nobody to fight against. So the issue is this election, believe you me, is designed to succeed. But the people themselves
will determine that.
Of course, yes. After all, it's man. Well, it's people themselves. The people who are working against, the percentage of who are working to sabotage the system are so infinitesimal. They are very few.
Compare to the people that are making the choice.
And the young people are the ones that decide the distance. That's all right. So let them, however, I don't know how best to deliver this message. I heard that you know, it's once there's a resolve, it's a resolve to succeed.
Right.
It's a resolve for life against death. Do you understand?
So we have to be intentional.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
about
very,
it. Yeah,
very, very.
intentional.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so very
Forget
much.
the people fomenting crisis. It's not going to work.
How do you say that? It's not just introduction anyway. He's been the Flag Foundation of Nigeria, you know, the CEO of Flag Foundation of Nigeria, which means that for the past 20-something years he's been on this very foundation to make sure that he projects Nigeria in the positive light, and that has been amazing. We'll be going on a short break, and we'll return from that short break. We'll look at the trending stories, what is going on, what is happening around us, and let's see where we can actually draw the curtain today after that very segment. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
But we'll never end though. That was the first segment.
Television Nigeria is out on the street again to get the views of the people about voter apathy. Please come with me.
Seriously now, we need to come out because the way things are going, because it will get to a time poor people will not eat meat again, because every day things go high. And we the youth, this is not time for us. This is not time for us to fight. This is not time for Muslims and Christians to fight. This is time we are supposed to join our hands together to grab our future and destiny. This is not time to collect 1,000 naira to sell your rights and vote. This is time for we to stand and vote, because the way things are going on in this country, in fact, I'm not happy even with myself. If me, I can provide food for myself, what about the person that does not have the money to provide? I am ready. I am ready to vote. I am ready to vote, because we need to come out and vote and grab our rights. We have rights. Let them look into the poor people. We have rights in this country. So my advice to you, Christian and Muslim, let's come out and vote for a leader that will listen to us, not the one that will be doing their own. Let's come out and vote the right person so that this country will be great. Nigeria is a great country, but corruption has destroyed it. So my advice is, please vote.
I'm ready to come out and vote. Yeah, the only thing is just that for them to make everything so free, as in normal.
We are for the forthcoming election. Let's try it and vote, come out to vote, because it's our right.
But the problem is that if you will go outside to vote, the next thing, the person that we are expecting to win is not the one we see. But we are praying for the good things to our Nigerian people, for the leader to pity the poor one, to not even think about their own self, because we here, we are suffered to vote. The next thing now, you will see another difference will come up, but we are just praying for the good. May God help us for the next year. We are ready for the vote it.
Okay, right now like this, you know, the votes, if the votes did not count, but what is actually going on now, man? Digital world now, we know they're on logical now. I mean, in fact, maybe on analog, we dey now. we dey digital. Even the digital now don extend now to logical world. You understand? But why am I saying this is that, you know, Americans don't enter. All the whole over the world, not be only America, they involve on this election where they want to do. You understand? You better vote for the right person so that we go chop well, eat well. They say we go chop 2 pomo. Some now 1 pomo with the chop. But bros, even though no pomo, make our money right. Make we vote for the right person. This country, bros, is sweet. This country, check now. Our politicians, they get sense well. Our politicians get sense. That is why they no want travel. Make they go live their life there forever, die. They won't come back to this country, rule. Tinubu now say one rule before he go die. Now the country where God bless, make we understand. Make we make our money value. Make we not make our money dey low, abeg. Now other country, outside country, they want rule us. See Igbo, see Hausa, see Yoruba. Yoruba get wisdom. Forget, I know wetin I dey talk o. Yoruba dey smart. They sabi computer. Igbo like money. They get business. And now we get property everywhere. Make we use our head, abeg. Hausa, then Nanango dey Mecca. Wazobia, you understand? Now all of us na one love, unity. But na brain, abeg. Our money make it get value. You understand? Abeg. See, rice don't cost, beans don't cost, garri don't cost, semo don't cost, wheat don't cost. People wey no get diabetes now wheat now. Abeg, calm down, abeg. Kasmiado, abeg, we go chop well. We go fight for the right person. So now, if you come in the times of maybe whether we go use this one, everything don't change. Make we no fear. Come out, no sleep for bed though. You get PVC, they sleep for bed. I swear to God, God go punish you. Come outside. Let this country good. I swear to God. See, me and you go smile. One love. I swear to God. See, we go make am.
Oh yes, it is so interesting to know that Nigerians are willing and ready to vote on the election day come 2023 general elections. Beauty of Merido, Television, Nigeria.
All right, it's good to have you back on our program, Daybreak Africa. Well, it's been an amazing time having Agiri Chris right here on the show to talk about, you know, the trending stories. But before we get to the trending stories, I would like Mr. Chris to tell us a bit about the Flag Bearer Foundation that he's been, you know, the CEO of for the past over 20 years at this very point in time. All right, Mr. Chris, can you tell us a bit about this Flag Foundation?
Thank you very much. I've been waiting for that. I go with the nomenclature of the DG, the Director General.
All right.
The name, the registered name with the CS is the THE,
right.
the Flag Foundation of Nigeria. Right. That's the name. It's an NGO like no other. I must say it's an American initiative. The U.S. Flag Foundation has been in place since about 1822.
Wow.
1849, they had a strong way of funding. It's a platform that the American educational system used for what they call the theory of deliberate indoctrination, using the American flag to indoctrinate young Americans.
Right. Young
from that impressionable age to see good about America, to see America as the best, to be prepared, willing, ready and able to lay down their lives at any point in time in defense of America and American interests. A lot of our programs are in the primary secondary schools. So the Flag Foundation, as the name implies, is a non-governmental organization. First, we'll talk about the national flag as the emblem, the symbol of Nigeria as a living country. The national flag is the Nigeria you can see, touch, and feel. It is the living Nigeria.
Right.
So everything about Nigeria, our diversities in culture, in religion, in tradition, our system of government, our traditional institutions, our secular nature, are all ordinarily embedded in the concept of the flag, of the green, white, green, flag of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, and the flag itself is not a piece of cloth, it's a creation of the law.
Wow.
Nigerian, yes.
You can say that again.
Of course, Nigerian flag is governed by called the Flag and Coat of Arms Ordinance 48 of September 16th, 1960. Before independence, where the House of Representatives in Lagos, presided over by Dr. Jaja Wachuku,
right?
You know, the first Speaker of House of Representatives, passed the act by the flag, the flag to regulate the usage, protocol, and display of the Nigerian national flag.
You know, based on this synopsis, there are a lot of Nigerians, Nigerian citizens that don't really understand what. What this flag is all about.
It's all about. That is it. That's what we've been doing. Because of issue challenges of funding, as the